Hello everybody. I hope all of y'all are having a good day today. It's Friday, June 14th here in the Philippines. And today I am celebrating my 12-year born-again anniversary. This is my real birthday. Except in all actuality, it's not until tomorrow in America, because that's where I was at whenever I became born again, was in America, and we're about 13 hours ahead over here. But at about 11:45 in the evening on June 14th of 2012 is whenever I encountered God and became born again. That person that I was is no more. that person died that night, and something amazing sprung up within me, and this journey that I've been on for the past 12 years, I couldn't have wrote it any better. You know, I couldn't have tried to plan what the 12 years, my future from then on, what it would be like. I couldn't have did a better job. It's just been so amazing, and it's all because of God's grace and His love. His love is what changed me. Most of you guys know my testimony. For about 2 weeks before I come to know God, I guess, around May, end of May sometimes, I started seeking stronger drugs. I was smoking so much weed and taking a lot of pills and drinking and stuff, and it just wasn't doing anything anymore. I couldn't smoke enough weed to get high. I couldn't take enough pills to get high. And the whole thing I was doing, I was just trying to stay numb. I didn't want to feel anything. I felt like I had lost everything that I loved, the old Billy loved, that old life that I had. And for 2 weeks, I was trying to get stronger drugs. And everywhere I turned, it's like these doors were getting shut in my face. And I had all the right contacts. I knew all the right people. And after a certain amount of time, I realized that there was a divine hand interfering and shutting those doors, allowing me to get drugs. And I'd been raised in a church when I was little that told us that God didn't do that. He didn't interfere in your life. He didn't do miracles anymore. You had the King James Bible, and that was it, And but I finally come to realize this is God. God ain't letting me have drugs. I remember I'd called my mom. My mom was very worried about me, and I told her, I said, I think God is not letting me get drugs. I was wanting to get stronger stuff, and so for 2 weeks, I have all this time to reflect, and I remember, I've got this thing with numbers, and I remember, counting, what I did, amount of cigarettes I smoked every day, the amount of weed I smoked every day, the amount of pills I took every day. And I remember thinking to myself, well, I may have 2 or 3 more years max to live, because I knew I was living a hard life, and I knew I wouldn't last long that way. And so I started adding those numbers up, about, how many cigarettes, how much weed I would smoke over 3 years, and how many times I would have my son go and illegally buy me weed, which I hated to do. I look back at that now. At the time, it wasn't too bad, but, because I wasn't thinking straight. But I look at it now, it's like, I had my son doing that. It makes me feel horrible, But I had all this time to reflect on that, and I was like, that's my life. That's going to be how I spend the remaining time I have here in this world doing that. That's it. And that's when I finally reached that point. I was just frustrated, and I'm like, I realized, man, I'm nothing, and I have absolutely nothing to offer this world. And I was really, really down, and that day on June 14th, I had been I'd gotten my hopes up on finding some stronger drugs, and that door got shut in my face. And I remember that night, I lived in an apartment in Dallas, Texas with my son, and I remember he went out with his friends that night. And as soon as they got out and they got out of ear distance, I remember I screamed loud. I was so mad. I hit the wall, my fist, I was just very mad. And I yelled out loud, I said, if you won't let me have drugs, what do you want with me? I was so mad, I was blaming God for everything, And that's when I heard that still small voice. And whenever I responded, I got just encompassed in love, and just all that stuff just like melted off of me. And then God showed me that, man, that I thought, that life that I thought I was going to have for 2 or 3 years, not going to happen. You got something else going on, and God is so good, y'all. So today is my 12 years, and there's 12 tribes of Israel. 12 is a good number, and man, I can't believe it's been 12 years. And I got glasses today. First time in my life I've had to wear glasses, so guess my eyes are getting a little tired. But anyway, I'm celebrating 12 years today, born again, and I'm excited to see whatever time God has in store for me, however much time God has planned for me to live in this world. I'm excited to see where He's going to take me. Anyway, I love you all. God bless.